Hey there, Tanya here, and today we're going to talk about cheap home decor. I know you're probably like me, you've been in your house a lot lately, and maybe you're wanting to change some things up, and you're needing to do it on a budget. I've done that for literally decades, been on a budget for our home decor and for our furniture, and it's okay because it helps me to be more creative. So I'm going to give you some ideas. By the end of this video, you're going to know 13 different things you can look for at the thrift store, at estate sales, on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist, wherever you shop and thrift for items. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, I know, for a lot of people, and you walk in and you just see a lot of things, and often it looks like just other people's junk, and you really do have to be in the mindset to be able to see a lot of junk before you find the treasure. And honestly, sometimes I'm not in the mood to do that, but it helps me to know the different categories of things to look for, and that way I don't get overwhelmed with all the knickknacks and all the other things. So here we go. The first thing that I want you to look for when you're thrifting, and that I have found, are lamps. I have to admit, when I go into Home Goods, the first place I head to are the lamp aisles, of course. They're all lit up, they're beautiful, there's sets of lamps, and I love sets. I would have way too many lamps in my house if I just let myself go. So I'm always looking for lamps, and I have found beautiful lamps at estate sales, garage sales, thrift stores, all kinds of places. These white ones that I'm showing you, they are huge ginger jar style lamps, and to buy something this size, I can't see anything less than $50, $60 in a store, and I bought those for $10 a piece years ago at an estate sale. I switched out the shades. I bargain shop for the burlap shades also, and they're just beautiful, and they, of course, the white goes great everywhere, and I've really enjoyed them. So lamps are number one. Number two are desks. Now, if you're in the market for a desk, a lot of us are working from home. I've worked from home for years, plus we homeschooled. We were always needing some kind of desk in the house. And sure, there's brand new ones you can buy. Most of them are pressed wood, which there's nothing wrong with that if that's what you're looking for. But you can get such a great bargain on solid wood desks if you're willing to change out some hardware possibly, or do a little paint job or some staining. A lot of times you can get a desk that just needs a little bit of love and it looks beautiful, whether you like farmhouse style, cottage style, boho, modern. You can really, mid-century, there are a lot of beautiful mid-century desks that I've seen used, and for really a fraction of the price that you would pay brand new. So this desk that I have is a secretary desk that I picked up at a flea market, and I already did one makeover on it, which you can see on my blog, and it went from wood, and I gave it sort of a coastal feel, but I love it. I love the finish. It's the Sherwin-Williams Sea Salt. But now that I've moved it upstairs, it's about to go through another makeover, so stay tuned for that soon. But I paid $50 for it. It's solid wood. The drawers are really big. They hold a lot. And it's got a nice little writing area, or even big enough for a laptop. So desk is number two. Number three is similar. It's dressers. Finding solid wood dressers is not a hard thing to do thrifting, and a lot of times they don't even need any work. Sometimes they may need a paint job, or again, some stain, or changing some hardware. But dressers are great. I have two solid wood dressers in our bedroom that are used. I paid $25 for one and $35 for another, and they're both vintage. I love, love, love them. But I also got a solid pine, just a taller dresser, and I think I paid $20 for that at a thrift store, and I painted it, and I've just been really happy with it, and it's just a simple piece, solid wood. So number three are dressers. Number four are dining chairs. If you've not seen my $5 chair makeover, dining chairs are a great thing to look for used. Number five is, of course, home decor, accessories, everything from vases, picture frames, accessories, lanterns. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. I've bought home decor pieces in thrift stores and on Marketplace and such, and I've also sold a lot of mine. So when I get tired of them, I sell them, I make some money, and I buy something else. That happens all the time, and a lot of people that buy from me say they do the same thing. So they're easy to find and definitely a fraction of the price usually. Number 6 is garden items. Now, setting up a garden with big planters and chairs and tables and stuff, it can get really pricey. And if you're not gonna, there's some great DIY furniture out there if you wanna sort of build something from scratch. If you're wanting to just get something that you can just set outside and it doesn't need a lot of work, you can find garden items. I've bought beautiful all-weather wicker chairs for, you know, $5, $10 a piece. I've also bought these metal chairs that I'm showing you here, and I think I paid around $20 a piece. And it was funny because she was asking me, they had that little bit of worn paint on them, and she was asking me, oh, what color are you going to paint them? And I just smiled and said, I don't know, but really I love them just the way they are with all their chippiness. So you can find those things. And also big planters. I just bought some wood planters that I've painted, and they really look cute. Oh, number 7 are dishes. Dishes are wonderful to buy used, whether you like ironstone or the heavier sort of restaurant ware or glassware or fiesta ware. I mean, if there's anything that you collect or want to have, then you can generally find it. We usually stick to, which I think I've shared with you before, we usually stick to white dishes. But sticking to a pretty much similar palette, like all white, other than my lettuceware, of course, my green lettuceware, then that makes it easy to mix and match things, and it makes them all kind of go together. You might like a really, really mixed look of different colors. Either way, you can find beautiful dishes. Number 8, moving on, is something kind of to do with our kitchen. It's the dining table. You can definitely find some beautiful dining tables that are beautiful as is, or again could use a little paint job or stain. And if you're willing to put a little bit of work into them, you can really save some money. This farmhouse dining table and bench I bought years ago. It's 7 feet long, and the top's a little warpy, but I restained the top and I painted the bench and the base, and we've had it for years and years. We've used it. I paid, I believe, $120 back then for the set, and as you know, big tables, big farmhouse style tables can go for quite a hefty price tag. So I think that was a great price savings. But we've had it for years. We decided to downsize a little bit to a 6-foot table, and I'll show you that later. But we're repurposing the other one as a game table upstairs. So that's an upcoming project and video too. So number 8, dining tables. Number 9, occasional chairs, benches, ottomans. These are great to find. This little cane back chair I found for $5 at a thrift store, and painted it and add some nail head trim and fabric on the seat. And I've got a great desk chair, and I think it even came with the wheels. I didn't have to buy wheels on this one, and it was $5, you guys, and I already had the paint on hand. I think I purchased the nail heads and the nail head trim and the fabric, so maybe I have $10, maybe $15 in this chair for a nice rolling desk chair. So great savings there. Number 10 is baskets. Baskets, crates, storage containers, all can be found for great savings. And some of them are vintage and really boho looking. There's some beautiful ones that I've found and ended up, especially my daughter loves sort of a boho glam kind of style, and she took some of them, and I feel like I'm just always finding beautiful wicker pieces. And there's a lot of vintage crates and stuff that you can really make your storage look beautiful. Number 11, mirrors. Oh my gosh, I'm as bad about mirrors as I am about lamps. So I find mirrors all the time. This one that I have in my bedroom, I've had it for years and years and years. It is solid wood. This mirror is heavy, you guys, but it's just beautiful. I really couldn't bear to part with it. It's great when I get dressed to look in the mirror and I can see, you know, head to toe. It had the white paint on it already. I think it's solid oak underneath. It's really, really pretty wood. And I started to strip the wood off of it and was having a hard time getting it all off, and I ended up liking just sort of the chippy white look to it, and just gave it a little bit of a sanding and called it good, and just brought it back in my bedroom and hung it. And I've had it there for years. I just love it. So mirrors are a place to save big. And did I say I paid $20? I think I said I paid $20 for that at a garage sale years ago. And number 12 are books and art. I had talked about home decor. Well, here's another area where you can really, really save. You can either do DIY artwork or print off free things off the internet, and you can put them in thrifted frames. You can pull out prints out of large books and put them in frames, which I've done so many times. And also for your big coffee table books, or just sort of art books, fashion books, those kind of things, cookbooks. My gosh, there's huge savings in this area. So definitely be looking at those pieces. I've got some Audubon books that I bought at, I think it was at a flea market, but they were really priced well, and those, I treasure those. I love those. Got a lot of beautiful prints in there of his paintings, and I couldn't bear to rip them out, but I keep the books. So I love those. Okay, number 13, the final one is textiles. I love to look for vintage quilts, but you could certainly look for drapes or curtains. You could look for even sheets, throws, duvet covers, pillow covers. These can all be sanitized by putting them in the wash, washing them on hot. Some of them you can bleach, you can OxiClean, whatever. Just use your discretion on textiles, but usually in thrift stores, I don't have a problem. I'll go right over to the textiles and I'll look through. Sometimes they're selling lengths of fabric that have never been used. They're selling quilts and quilt tops. They're selling really, really pretty pillow covers for either your bed pillows or your couch pillow. I've had such pretty finds with vintage textiles and have really enjoyed using those, and even sewing them and turning them into something else, like finding an old chenille bedspread and turning it into throw pillows. So that about wraps it up on the things that I mostly look for. Let me know in the comments if this kind of matches up what you look for, or if this list will help you to kind of keep your thoughts together when you're in the store. So I hope that helps you. You can definitely save a lot of money on cheap home decor that does not look cheap, you guys. It looks beautiful, and it looks, especially if you tweak it a little bit and go over to some of my painting videos and my furniture makeover videos, and you'll see it's really possible. I'm not super talented in that area. I've just been doing it for years, even before chalk style paint was out. I was painting furniture. You guys, you can have a beautiful, beautiful space. It can feel really good and really high end if you mix your thrift store finds in with your new purchases. Let me know in the comments what is your favorite thing that you've thrifted in your house, or if you're on the lookout for something. And thanks for watching today, and I'll see you next time.